Hello everybody, it is MK03 here. Welcome back to a new commentary video, and today we'll be talking about the Roblox CEO, which is surprising because usually he's supposed to be fixing his own game and making sure predators aren't on his site. But we are here now, and we're going to be seeing what he says. So let's get started into this commentary video, shall we?
A lot of kids who are 9, 10, 11, 12 are on the app. What is sort of the most popular age band of active users on
This is
Roblox?
really interesting, and I think this goes to what we've been saying for a while in that maybe for the last 5 to 10 years, people look at Roblox and say, well, these are kind of these primitive games, and everyone on the platform is pretty young. We've seen that migrate over the last 5 years from predominantly under 13 to now, I believe we recently said self-reported almost two-thirds over 13. And we can see those numbers growing and growing. Like fastest growing segments on Roblox are 21 and up.
This, in my opinion, doesn't really help your case, specifically because of the fact that if just because they're over 21 and there's a lot predominantly being that now, that doesn't exactly mean that you shouldn't have safety features because there's still a lot of children, and your game is one of the most popular games of the entire globe, for that matter, actually. But since it's so popular, you should at least have some measures so there's no predators being in your game. The fact is, you're trying to add something that's supposedly dating into your own game when there's still a lot of kids on your game, and that should not be a feature in a kid's game when it's predominantly authorized by a lot of kids.
Right now.
Or at least people who say they're 21 and up.
Yeah. Now, I think those numbers have a fair amount of current efficacy. We're obviously balancing those with the age estimation because we want a tighter estimation. But just looking at the size of the cohorts and the growth rates, there's a fair amount of accuracy to that.
Accuracy or not, there's still a lot of kids, and this literally started out as a game meant for a lot of children to go out and play. If there's a lot of children still in your game, what's the point of adding a dating site? That makes it even worse for people that don't want to deal with predators, etc., etc. I don't understand your point of wanting to add dating into this game. Like, there's still a lot of children trying to play this game without having to deal with that. And now they're gonna be like having to deal with a lot of creeps onto it. It doesn't really help the fact at all. Just because you want it to be a lot tighter doesn't mean it's like a good thing at all. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It means you need to fix your game. You need to make sure there's less creeps out there for that.
When the EU rolled out some age assurance technology earlier this year, we saw a lot of kids that just took a photo of a video game character and used that to pass the age checks. How confident are you that your systems can avoid that kind of
I think
tinkering?
we have a lot of opportunity here in that we already have other signals that are maybe not as reliable, but when combined are very reliable. We also have the opportunity. This isn't just a one-time thing. Roblox experiences are you're holding a phone. In many cases, we can use signals from your phone or the camera to animate your face, for example. So this isn't kind of a one-stop shop thing. This is possibly checking as we go. If
You can tell that he's trying to avoid the actual main focus at all costs. The thing is, there's a lot of predators on his own app than he realizes himself, and well, yes, he may be okay with his moderation. Even then, you still need to buff off your moderation. That's the main entire point of this conversation, is protecting kids. Well, what is age estimation going to do for your tighter little, like, seeing who's over 21 and shit? That doesn't make any sense because that's not the main point. The main point is making sure kids are safe and making sure your moderation is better than it is right now. Because creeps can just go on your site and have no repercussions for it. Like, nothing at all. It makes no sense.
we see weird signals, do another age check as we go. So I'm pretty optimistic, kind of the more naive, like take a picture of that. We're going to go way beyond that, and it's going to get harder and harder to fingerprint in that way.
Hypothetically, if we say that this is the cause, hypothetically, even so, has this worked out for YouTube, perchance? This has not worked out for YouTube. They recently rolled out something where if they see something really suspicious and really like child friendly on your feed, then they're gonna immediately ask you for your ID and shit. This has not worked out for them in their favor whatsoever. And I don't know what makes you think that it's gonna work out for you exactly.
So after you roll out these changes, you're going to sort of sort users into bands, and depending on, if you're like 13, you're only going to be able to talk to people within a few years of your age. For most of Roblox's history, though, that has not been the case. Any anonymous adult could talk to any anonymous minor. Why was that the case?
I think we've always, from day one, really focused very heavily on quality of text filtering, and if anything, we've had very, very historically restrictive text filtering over time. One of the biggest complaints on Roblox, and arguably trading in a good way safety for growth, has been complaints of communication on the platform. Like,
The main issue with text filtering on their app is specifically because it filters out the wrong things so many times. Like, yes, it has its moments where it filters out great things like people exchanging numbers, like a minor and adult exchanging numbers, etc., etc. But there's a lot more situations where I can recall it just filtering out the stupidest shit. Like, you're just gonna say some random friendly casual conversation, and out of nowhere, it filters it out, and you're so confused because you didn't say anything malicious or anything in that nature. That's the thing with it, is that they're trying to do good, but they don't understand how good is. Like, they don't understand that. If anything, that could help technically, but that could also be like a downside as well. It's a 50-50 on how their text filtering works.
there's a lot of Roblox memes and themes. If you go back and dig into them, everyone's just saying hashtag, hashtag, hashtag. And there's been a lot of
Because that's how you blur out words that aren't supposed
That's
to
correct.
use.
So,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of historical memes about historical hashtag, hashtag, hashtag. With AI, these filters have gotten better and better. The state of where we are now is primarily getting into the blocking of adversarial attempts to broach the filter, and adversarial attempts to try to share PII, which we're getting better and better at as well.
I'm gonna be honest, if anything, I think AI has made it worse for text filtering on damn Roblox.
On the age estimation, it's just, I would say, recently come of age to the point where we would complement it. But I would say our strategy is always complement with whatever technology is out there to put that together.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I read these lawsuits and these investigations into the company, it does not seem like predators are having that hard of a time getting around your filters. Like, you read the allegations, and it's, people kind of, change a few keywords, a few letters here. They're able to get what they need. So I'm curious, like, what's made you so confident that these are working?
I don't want to comment on it. We do see the chat logs of those, and we can see interesting and many times ways of people trying to, I'd say, many times people who are fairly sophisticated, and I'm not going to say all of them, many times kids who are over 13 who actually in any other app are not running in a filtered situation.
Not only is this worse than saying no comment or literally lying, like saying no, but you admit that there are kids getting groomed on your platform. You admit that. Like, you admit that there's kids being groomed on your platform and you see it. I'm done. I'm done. I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary video. If you did, why not like, subscribe, and if you also want to, you can donate to my Cash App or comment. I'm done. This is fucking crazy to me.